Yeah, I'm going to show you the antenna we're going to be putting up in a tree sometime today, or when we get a chance today. It's very quite good, but you guys can see it. I don't know, it's about 15-20 feet. I'm going to measure before we start anything on this, and I'm going to write down the calculations how long it is. That will give me an idea, but it's all the way up there. So all I have to do, I got to tie it to a mule tape. I just put this up yesterday, and I'm going to get it lined up between the position of the tree so we can actually go way up there. We can aim it right on that. We'll have to see what happens. But don't worry, I got those large tie wraps. I can show you what I got. These should be able to work. So in case, I'll put that out there on YouTube for the guys who want to do a base station. Usually, these tie wraps definitely will work. They're really huge. 36-inch cable ties. And then you could just tie another safety thing. I got strings to hold this. And these are a bunch of strings I'm doing right now. That's a 50-foot Radio Shack coax cable for CBs. It's inside that antenna. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Let's see. These are actually the cable ties I'm using right now. I'll show you in a minute. That's what they look like. And that actually will do it very quite good. See how big that is? And they have the huge things, but they will work for tie wrapping a tree with this. So in case you guys want to buy some, look for these at Wally World at Walmart, and you can find those. So your local Walmart will have these kind of tie wraps. If you want to get a bunch of them, usually in the automobile aisle you can find them, or somewhere else. But these are the kind of tie wraps you can look for, 36-inch. If you can just order them on the internet from like Amazon, eBay, and all that, etc., or other sites that sells it. Here's the site, Walmart.com has it. Thanks for the prods of Walmart for developing these things. They're good for like tie wrapping wires, poles, you name it, especially fences and all that stuff. Hope they keep making a lot more, but I hope they make like a giant one, maybe like a 50-incher would be good. I think I've seen larger ones at Lowe's and Home Depot, but this is a pretty good deal. What I got for $5, you can get almost at least 5 of them, but it's a pretty good deal when it starts out. You can actually hold it. It'll hold PVC pipes very well. So I'm telling you, I can show you what the antenna looks like. You can't hardly see it up in the tree. You can't tell by looking at it. See how camouflage it looks? And I show you the previous video on my other one when I had. So the antenna is right up there in that area, right about there. You can make it out to where the sun's at. Right up there you can see it. It looks like a branch, but you can't tell by looking at it. But we'll be able to get it up there today when we get a chance. I just want to show you how long the PVC pipe, but it was actually from my pool when I lived in Utah. And this is like a 1/2 inch pipe or a 3/8 pipe, I think that's what it is. But I'll give you the link of it when I get a chance of it. I'll link it down in the description below what size pipe you might be able to get. I have one of these adapters I have. And it's one of those things that go into mobile home trailers. But what I had to do with this guy, and I'm showing this on YouTube right now. So I had to frog tape these because that's why it looked like this. I frog taped these when I carried it over here yesterday, and we'd be okay on that. And I actually put some screws on the top of there. There's actually screws on the top of there in that middle piece right there. I put 4 deck screws inside of that thing, which you can see it right about there. You can see it. They're inside the pole to keep it from falling. I can give you a glimpse of it right here. So, yeah, that's the screws I put in that side there on both 4 sides of them for the top and the bottom, so these poles don't snap each other. That's why I put them that way. So you guys can get an idea of that. Not hard to do. There's some on the other side here. That's what I did. That's what I'm saying. We did a good job on that. We'll probably get it up there today if it's not too windy. Cause yeah, we're gonna put this in a tree because this thing should be able to work on. We're not gonna be able to get it hooked to the radio this week until I need to get more coax. If anybody wants to donate some coax with an RJ58 Radio Shack coax, but I had to get some more later on to make 100 feet to get it inside my house from here. So which it has to go into this one. I already got the reception wave hooked up to it right away for the wire, the shortwave radio, which I got it on the ham antenna here, which you can see it out there. You can see those right there, between there. The ham antenna is right there. The black wire, the ones on that side. This is just a speaker wire, 100 gauge speaker wire. The 18 gauge speaker wire. About 300 feet, you could put at least, about 200 feet I put on it, yes. You can actually get some of that. 200 feet RCA 100 gauge wire, put that down in the description down below where you can get it. And you just need to get at least 2 packs of that and just connect them together and link them up to a tree. And you'll get CB radio reception. If you have a shortwave radio or anything like a web SDR, it'll work with that because I know it will. And all you do is run the speaker wire to, any regular wire will work with that. And you can make adapters out or connectors to it. But if you hook it up to any shortwave radio with an antenna on the side of it, if it doesn't have a jack, just use some alligator clips. And alligator clips, you can clip it with the wire and clip it on the top of your antenna, no matter where it's at, and it works. And also this wire is actually hooked up to a fence back there. There's a fence that goes along the whole entire area, and I put it, and there's a nail in the tree down below, which I showed you a while back. I put it like a D nail, one of those, not a roofing nail, a decking nail you can get at any hardware store. And I had these a while back. And you just put it down below and run a piece of ground wire, like a copper wire. You usually can stick it in the ground and run two-way alligator clips that does that. And you hook one to the fence at the same time. And it usually links it up to this wire. It'll give you shortwave reception and CB radio and 40 meters on ham. Sometimes you get on 75 millimeters, but the reception is not that good on shortwave radio. But if you have a ham radio system, it'll work. And also, if you get one of those Pixies, those Morse code Pixie for 40 meters, which you get them for $5 from China, they actually will work with that speaker wire when you do Morse code. But maybe they can make something you can transmit on it. That'd be awesome in voice. If they come out something like you could transmit like a little small device on 40 meters, that'd be cool. But you can also listen to ham bands on it. You can listen on shortwave radios, which I got stations from Cuba, a lot of places in the UK, especially down toward Florida, and all the way to those areas. Even Colorado, Canada, Russia. You can get other stations out west that way. On the CB radio, I think one night when I hooked up the speaker wire to that, I was hearing skips all the way from Minnesota and all the way down to Florida, down to South Florida. And I was getting guys from the UK. People were talking about, they were talking guys over the UK, but I was getting a lot of reception in this area. A lot of northeast states, Midwest states, Chicago, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and I was getting people from all the way down to New Orleans, but a lot of places in Alabama, for sure, yes. A lot of Alabama people on the radios the other couple of weeks ago, and especially a few from the Carolinas, and Virginia, and West Virginia, and all those states, and Kentucky, and all that. But on the ham, I was getting a lot of receptions from the southeast United States, from Kentucky, Iowa, and all those areas. Mostly, I have heard people far west as toward Oregon out here, and Arizona. And especially, a lot of hams were doing some contests on there during this week, on QSO contests. And you can hear a lot of them. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get on out of here. Be back a little bit later and show you the complete product on this one.